So today is the 24th of November, 2020, a Tuesday. So today we have the opportunity to sit in meditation together and sit in samadhi. And we should know that this word samadhi means a steady application of mind, a collectedness. And if the mind is applied steadily in this way and collected, then the mind has energy arise and the mind has strength. The mind has the strength to fight with all the various moods and sense impressions that enter the mind. And these sense impressions, these aramanas, enter through all the senses of the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, and the mind. And if the mind is not collected and peaceful, then the mind simply chases after all these sense impressions all the time. And the mind clings, and this gives rise to stress and suffering, to dukkha. And we don't need dukkha, we don't need suffering, but what we do need is to overcome suffering. And the suffering we have because of being lost in delusion. So we practice concentration. We see the breath come in and out. And on the in-breath, we can recite Bhut, and on the out-breath, Do, Bhut, To. We have mindfulness with this in and out breath, and we recite the meditation word Buddho. And this is something that's very important for our minds to meet with this peacefulness. So we can chant out loud, can chant loudly if we're alone or have a good situation to do that, or we can chant silently in our own hearts as well. And we can recite Bhutto very quickly. We can recite it so quickly that we're not able to think about anything else. Just practice to have the mind be with a single object of Bhutto. And one can repeat it very fast, Bhutto, 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 so that the mind doesn't get lost in other thoughts. And there's no need to doubt about this method of practice, whether one is walking around, lying down, standing or sitting, or doing various activities. One can simply keep reciting Bhutto, not accept any other thoughts, or not get lost in any other thoughts. And when the mind becomes peaceful, this is something that one knows for oneself. So we all need time in the day to cease our thinking and to cease the proliferation of mind, whether for a half hour or an hour. Try to train the mind in this way. Because we see that we use our brains a lot, and so we need to rest our brains and rest our minds. For instance, a manager, such as a manager of a large company who has many things to attend to, they really can use their brain a lot. And so they need to use samadhi, use collectedness. This is something they must train in. And some managers, if they're really managing a lot, then they may have some old samadhi from past practice that they're using as well. So we train our mind to be still, to be light, to be at ease. This is Dhamma practice. This is training the mind in the way of Dhamma. And this is something that's very important, and it's a great merit as well. So today I'll give a short talk to give us all the opportunity to make our minds still, to let our minds be empty of sense impressions, to put down all the various work and activities and thoughts and burdens from the day, to put them all down. Now is the time to train the mind in collectedness, in samadhi, to know the breath coming in and out. And one can also count the breaths from 1 to 5. Even on the in-breath, one can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the out-breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And whatever method one uses, all these methods are for the sake of making the mind peaceful, to not get lost thinking about various things. So please understand this point. And if one is not peaceful, then one does not know and not see clearly. So we all have faith, have this belief in the teachings of the Buddha. So given this, we can practice the method of meditating on the breath as the Buddha taught. See the breath come in and come out, and recite Bhutto a lot. And this is capable of making the mind peaceful. So there's no need to doubt. Just do this a lot, do this evenly, and do it all the time. And if the mind is not peaceful, this simply means that one has not practiced this enough. One has not practiced it sufficiently. And if one does practice enough, then one's able to overcome doubts and gives the mind strength to fight with doubt and not get lost in the past or thoughts of the future or various thoughts about various things, but to keep the mind centered in the present moment. So for tonight, we'll sit in meditation until 8:45 p.m., and then we'll do the closing homage chant. So may you all be determined in your Dhamma practice.